So many things are happening now. So many things have happened. It's important to reiterate that Tina and I have now only been in the home, the Bothell home, just a few weeks. We are now nearing, if not have passed, the 2 month or 2.5 months mark of living in a home. And when you move into a home such as this one, that's relatively new. 2.5 months still feels like a few days. I say that because things are still being unpacked. Things are still being maneuvered. We're still getting our bearings, our lay of the land, not only the land or the house, but the neighborhood in general. And things are still happening. And by things, I mean unexplained things. The items that have gone missing are still missing. We are now dealing with a series of loud bangs that are pretty much happening, if not every night, every other night. And for a few instances, it was every night. These loud bangs are extremely loud. They rattle the house. It's hard to believe even our neighbors can't hear it. That's how loud it feels from our point of view. The sound, the banging noise, sounds like it's coming from everywhere, if that makes sense. Door slamming, it's picking up. Those are increasing. Inexplicable lights going off and on, increasing. Coming back to a room that you left the TV on or the light on, only to find that it's off, is happening. Plants are being thrown. The plants that Tina brought back into the home are being thrown. What some refer to as what is called a projectile phenomena. Friends are beginning to witness some of the phenomena. And this is still, by poltergeist terms or definition, this is still considered low-level activity. An ironing board being tossed, an iron being thrown across the bedroom at night, doors slamming, bedroom doors slamming while we're sleeping that jolt us awake. Phantom footsteps. The appearance of objects, once again, that neither one of us own. That is weird. It's never a good feeling, or you never get used to. And even today, it's August the 9th, 2021. In the Bothell home, it was, of course, summer of 2012. You never get used to, even now, waking up in the morning and finding all your kitchen cabinet doors open. You never get used to that. My home alarm monitoring system is engaged. It's on. It's working. But you never get used to that. And the interesting noise, I'm not talking about the loud bangs or the footsteps, but there's a new noise being introduced Uh, that is the ceiling fan. For
I've had my share of listening or living with ceiling fans in my 20 plus years growing up in Texas. It's hard to find a home in Texas without a ceiling fan in multiple rooms. So when I say this, or when I tell this next story, I want to um, have it footnoted or noted that um, I know the sounds that ceiling fans make. I think we all do. So um, we don't need to insult anybody's intelligence, especially mine, on the sounds that a ceiling fan makes or doesn't not make. Um, this particular night, me and Tina are lying in bed. It's the middle of the night. The ceiling fan is on. It's summer. It's not unusual for in the Pacific Northwest to have, if you have one, a ceiling fan running constantly because the homes in the Pacific Northwest, a majority of them are not built with central air. Central heat, yes, but not central AC. So the ceiling fan is running, and this particular night, out of the blue, just out of the norm of sleeping, um, the ceiling fan goes from just a normal noise a ceiling fan makes to the loud squeaking sound, and it's loud enough to where you're not going to sleep through it. That's how loud it is. You're not going to sleep through that. Um, this particular morning or night, depending on how you want to look at it, yeah, my eyes dart open, and above our heads, above the bed, is our ceiling fan, and it's making extremely loud noise. I mean, it's going, extremely loud. It has not been doing that ever. Um, I started to notice, Tina as well started to notice, um, whenever that noise began to happen, um, activity was not too far away. One of the things we felt around the time the ceiling fan would start making this loud squeaking noise was the premonition that we were not alone in the room. A feeling of being watched, of being observed. It's like you're in a room and within a bat of an eye, somebody steps in. Um, this is going to sound weird, but it's true. The mood, in all caps, the mood of the room changes. It's like being in a forest and nature stops. Well, in the room, the mood switches and it happens instantaneous. The ceiling fan, I believe, looking back, hindsight being 2020, and this is something for the researchers to consider, is the reason why the ceiling fan has begun to squeal extremely loud. Several theories behind that. Number one, um, there is activity in the room. Activity does not necessarily always have to be visibly present. There's a macro level and there's a micro level. One generally precedes the other. I'm talking about the micro level. In this instance, an energy has entered the room. Call it portal, doorway, passageway, tunnel, wormhole, whatever you want to call it, has opened. Something has entered the bedroom of Keith and Tina. We know this by several things. Number one, the feeling of being watched, um, the abrupt loud sound of the ceiling fan. Okay? And soon after, an object being thrown, which did happen. Objects are being thrown within minutes of this loud ceiling fan noise. Never before, always after. And the most scary portion of all, or part of all, is the abrupt door slam of the master bedroom door. And I mean abrupt door slam, I mean myself and 5 other guys my size could not have slammed the door that forcibly. I tried, I failed. So this is just something for the listener, the reader, the researcher to consider about what's about to happen next in the Bothell home, summer 2012, that Keith and Tina are living in.